What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Oh yeah, guys. So I was sitting here playing around with my sword, and I noticed when I hold my sword in the blocking position, it makes my armor kind of disappear, which is weird, isn't it? Yeah, that's super strange. I don't know what's going on with that, but just noticed that. Thought I'd show you guys. So I did complete, wherever they are, I can't see them. I did complete those glass platforms up there, so we no longer get snow. Well, mostly. There's still like one little square down there of snow. I guess there's a couple over here too. But we got rid of most of the snow that was on our platforms down there with these clear glass platforms up above, which is awesome. I have also installed some of these plates here in our applied energistics area, and I put in a floor down here so we can just get down and, you know, work on things as we need to. I really think we're gonna need this area for auto crafting in the future, so I just went ahead and I installed that anyway. So one thing I've been noticing while we're creating all this clear glass, it's awesome that we are creating it so fast. We have this chest mostly full. It's not quite there, but it's mostly there. I get really low frame rates. Right now, it's looking like I'm bouncing between 40 and 28 frames here. It's like super jerky on my screen. And I think the problem is all this stuff that we installed underneath here, the mass smelting stuff, I think I'm actually gonna turn this off. And that seems to clear up the frames after all of the casting is done. So I don't know if that's a problem with all of the fluid ducts there that show all the liquid, or if that's a problem with thermal expansion with all the different casting basins, or I don't know what, but while that is going, it really hurts my frame rates in that area, and yeah, I just don't like it. So we'll just leave it to do one at a time. We got plenty of glass already made. If we need more, we can turn that on. So, things that I wanted to work on today, I was looking through the quest book, and I saw in Sky Farm, this one we haven't touched for quite some time, I saw here that we did have a quest that got unlocked somewhere. So, maybe we should go ahead and do this. This says this unlocks 3 quests elsewhere. I don't know if it's like these 3 here, or if it's on a different page or what. So, let's check this out. So, it says passive mobs, in quotes. When the world exploded, many of the mobs became very unhappy. As such, there are very few truly passive mobs. Squids and ocelots are about it. Horses, we found out, actually are passive too. However, unless you are vegan, you are probably going to need some parts from the formerly passive mobs. You know, it's weird that this quest, kind of as an aside, it's weird this quest got unlocked so far into our progression here, because it sounds like this is something that should have been unlocked early on for us to get food and stuff. Anyway, however, unless you are vegan, you're probably going to need some parts from the formerly passive mobs. Luckily, the Jaded one has added ways to get mob spawn eggs. Oh, I didn't know that, actually. Just be careful where you put the mobs. If you are feeling very brave, the Jaded one has done some magic to allow mobs to spawn, but to get passive mobs to spawn, you'll need an area of grass. 6x6 should do it, about 25 blocks away. Yeah. Okay, so is there a way that we can create these spawn cow eggs? Is that what that was saying? Or is it just saying that the rewards are those eggs? Because I'm not sure if we can create these or not. Oh yeah, okay, so we can do this with the alchemic chemistry sets. So blood magic will allow us to create those. I see. So spawn... How many of these can we craft? Spawn creeper? No. I guess none of these. We should look at the passive mobs. Spawn pig. Okay, so we put pink wool in the blood altar, and that'll give us a pig. Sheep. Okay, so regular wool. Cow is the alchemic chemistry. Chicken we can make, which is kind of cool. Spawn squid. It's interesting that they won't allow us to create this one. Now, I have seen squid falling down these water streams every now and then. Like, I'll be looking right here and out the corner of my eye, I'll see something fall. Yeah, squid are spawning. I wonder if there's a way that we can capture those guys. Yeah, we'd probably have to set some kind of like a collection pool underneath the water streams or something, and then have to find them. Otherwise, they just go straight down to the void, and then they go away really fast. So I haven't gotten a chance to capture one, but I would like to have some, I think, at some point. So anyway, we're looking at the spawn egg. Spawn wolf. Yeah, we can't. Mushroom. Oh, we can make these guys. That's cool. Mycelium on a tier 3 blood altar. Can't do the horse or the villager. Chicken minion. What's a chicken minion? Is that the baby zombie riding a chicken? That might be. I don't know. Okay, so it doesn't look like we can create any of these other ones, but there are a lot of different of these spawn. Okay, so that's cool. So this wanted us to get some raw beef. Do we have any in the system? We have one. Yeah, that's not enough. So maybe what we should do, let's set up an auto spawner. Auto spawner. We'll grab one of these guys. I do believe in a safari net. Yeah, we got 2 of them actually. So we got a spawn cow, so we can create a couple of those. We also have this spawn cow egg, which I guess we could use, kill the cow with our looting 3 sword. That might help us out too. So we're gonna need some other stuff here. We need a fluid duct to get some the mob juice in there. We will need the servo, which was already on that screen. What else do we need? Tesseract for power. Okay. So I think that's all we're gonna need to get ourselves a cow. Let's come over here. I'll just set some of these things down real quick. We're gonna need some of that mob juice. I don't have that on me. Do that. This guy, one of those. Oh, I can't. Can I not place that on top? There we go. A tesseract we will want. Okay, so let's go ahead and spawn the cow first of all. Get rid of you. How many of those? Oh, okay, so we only got 2. So we have a total of 3. All right, so we're gonna need a little bit of this mob juice down here that we got collecting. Whoa, let me out, let me out. And we can stick that right like so. Spawn exact copy, no. Configuration main base, turn on. Item, fluid, energy mode, receive. And this guy ignored, so we should be putting mob juice in there. Oh, actually, this might not work. I think we're gonna need grass around to spawn the cows. Oh. Maybe I should put the spawn egg in. That might help. Okay. So we're gonna get a cow spawn? Oh, so we didn't need the grass. Oh, okay, these guys are spawning pretty quick. They are spawning really quick. Oh, man. Okay, let's take this out. I think we're done. Oh, geez. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to be spawning that fast. Okay, so we got 24 raw beef, 1 cow head from that very first cow. I guess we didn't need this grass after all. Let's go ahead and collect this stuff back. So now that we got that, that should complete our quest, and we should be able to unlock those other 3 elsewhere. Okay. This stone. Nice. I guess we'll just go ahead and clean this stuff up. We don't really need this stuff here anymore. Okay, so going back down. What do we have in our quest book now? This says we don't have the raw beef. What? Okay, let's turn off the magnet. Maybe I have to actually pick that up in a different way for it to register. Oh, maybe I have to click the manual submit. There we go. Okay, that's weird that it didn't detect that automatically, but whatever. So that's going to give us a spawn cow egg, then we can do a spawn chicken or a skillet. We don't need the skillet. That's like way early on. We already have one, I believe. So we'll just do the spawn chicken egg. Okay, well this unlocked a whole bunch of other things here. Diabolical dinner, that sounds awesome. The Diabolist fork can be used to kill mobs. If you have a blank imprinting crystal, it will infuse it with that mob type. Add the crystal to the wrath cage for a handy dandy spawner. Oh, actually, I had no idea. That that was even a thing. Wrath cage. Forbidden magic. Oh, okay. Well, we can't craft it here. That looks like something that's going to be like way later on. Yeah, we can't do anything with that right now. So we should probably not do this quest. I think we're gonna have to jump into Forbidden Magic, probably a little bit of Thaumcraft before we can get to that point. So containing the herd, modified runic matrix. Yeah, this is more blood or not blood magic, but like Thaumcraft or Forbidden Magic stuff. Wand focus containment, increase the horde, incubation egg. The jaded one isn't sure why you'd want more pesky chickens, but just in case you do, try infusing an egg. Okay, egg. So this one, incubated egg from Thaumic Horizons. Yeah, this doesn't show a recipe here. Okay, is there any of these other quests that we can do though? Stone Cold Killing. The Stone Killer can take stone level weapons and some fuel and slaughter mobs. Use the appropriate upgrade to tell it what to kill. To tell it what mobs to kill. So animal filter upgrade. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Stone Killer. And all right. Well, I tell you guys what, I'm going to go and craft that up. I'm going to craft up the other thing here, this animal filter. We'll check that out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and made the Stone Killer and I made the upgrade for it. It's been a while since we've looked at these progressive automation machines. So one thing that you'll notice is when I place that down, it's got a little message here that says hello to me. If I look at it again, then it says not ready, needs fuel. Yeah, that's just a little shout out from the mod author to me. And I think there's a few other people in the Minecraft community he's done that for. But I was trying to get this thing to work and it wouldn't let me put in my sword here. It just says what up Hypno or what's up. So I can't do that. I tried making iron sword. It won't let me put that in there either. So yeah, that's kind of a problem. The animal filter upgrade goes right like that, gets sucked into the machine, and that way it'll only kill animals. Looks like the only way to get that out is to break the machine. So I kind of want to test this thing out. So I believe we're going to just upgrade this thing straight to the iron version. Saw there was a recipe here. So block of iron. I think we need to make an iron sword. Let's do that. And let's go and create this guy. Okay, so there we go. There's the iron killer. That should allow us to put in that iron tinker's tool in there. So stick that guy right like so. Put that in there. There we go. That's awesome. So that works. So the animal filter upgrade. I'm kind of curious if this will like attack me if I'm standing on it. This, I think the machine says it attacks things on top of it. Yeah, use to kill things that are on top of it. Use the filter upgrades to determine which types. So we just gotta put coal in there and then it'll just do its thing. So if I stand on top, yeah, it definitely attacks me. Okay, so that's cool. If we put this upgrade, it will no longer attack me, which is awesome. So I brought some fences over here so we could just try this out real quick. This, we have an extra cow in one of those safari nets, so I figure we will use that as our test subject. How much coal is it using? Is it still using coal? Okay, so this is constantly using coal. Okay, so that's good to know. So we'll stick this guy right there. And dead. Right away. So that's pretty awesome. That's a good way to kill animals really quickly. It doesn't look like it dropped experience, but it did drop those Thaumcraft aspect orbs. So yeah, pretty cool machine. I like it. I don't really think we're going to be using it much, unfortunately, though. There's other options that we've already gotten to at this point. But that is cool. It has an internal inventory here that it keeps the mob drops. I do like that feature. Okay, very awesome. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I claimed the reward on our Stone Cold Killing quest. That gave us just one spawn cow egg. And then I saw that there was another quest that got unlocked beyond that. I wasn't really expecting any more quests to be in here. And then it looks like we have this one locked here, which is some kind of a rubber tree thing. So stone farming unlocks one quest elsewhere. I assume it's going to be this one, but it might be another quest in this line. So anyway, stone farming. A stone animal farmer can be used to breed mobs. It can be upgraded to shear and milk mobs, just to add fuel and mobs. Sounds pretty simple. The mobs must be on the same level as the farmer for it to breed them. Okay, so we need to put like 2 cows on the same level as our stone animal farmer, and then we can also use this to milk them. I wonder if this thing has an internal tank to store milk? I guess we'll find out. Stone animal farmer. Oh, so it's pretty much the same thing. These are all really cheap. Just use a stone, a furnace, and in this case, shears. So we'll go and make a pair of shears. We'll make a furnace, and we will make this guy. Okay, so that was pretty quick and simple. What was the other thing? A milker upgrade? Milker... This guy. So 2 buckets of milk, redstone, and stone. We don't have any milk, I don't think. So we do have buckets. Actually, we do have milk. We just don't have any AE system. I should specify. So if we go down here, this was our old area where our cow was, and our automatic milker we set up with the rancher. So we can just go ahead and grab 2 buckets of milk out of that guy. Okay, so that should allow us to create this upgrade here. Right, so milker upgrade. Stone animal farmer. I think we're gonna need those fences again, right? I think so. Let's see, and cow. We got that spawn cow egg. We now have 2 of these, and we also have one in the safari net. I think I will use these 2 spawn cow eggs since we can create those. I think on the alchemic chemistry set, was it? Or is either the infusion altar, one of the 2. Anyway, we can create those later, so it's not a huge deal. So we got that. We're gonna need coal. That's right, coal. And I can't remember, did it say there was anything else that we needed in here? Can we use the breed mobs? Can also be used to shear just find mobs. I don't know if this is gonna require wheat to feed to the cows, so I'm gonna grab a stack of wheat so we can check that out as well. Okay, so it says the same level as the stone animal farmer. So let's just put a little fenced area right here. Just like so. We'll put the farmer in the center, and we'll put cows along the outside. What's up, Hypno? Oh yeah, it does require wheat. Okay, I've never looked at this machine before. I just assumed. Milker upgrade. How does... Oh, okay, so then it puts a little thing for a bucket of milk here. I see. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's grab some buckets. I wonder what happens if you put multiple buckets in there, if that fills up this inventory over on that side. Okay, and we'll put coal in there. And let's spawn a couple of cows. I'll put on hover mode. Cow 1 and cow 2. So I saw one of those had hearts. Anything going on here with the bucket? No. Okay, that one had hearts. It's like it's feeding them wheat and then they're not doing anything. I wonder if there's something else that needs to happen here for this to work right. Whoa there. I'm afraid that cow's gonna be able to jump out by stepping on that thing. Oh! Okay, hold on a second. Maybe the cow has to be on top of the machine because it got that milk like when the cow walked on top, right? So let's see if I can get him to walk, or her to walk on top again. Come on, little buddy, you can do it. You're not gonna do it, are you? Well, it's like it's right next to it. I don't know how this is working. I'm gonna need some more safari nets. That's what I need. Safari nets. I was gonna say we don't really have a way to capture these guys, but we do. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And we'll rearrange things here. So there's one cow and there's the other one. Okay, so let's grab the stuff out of this. Whoops. Alright, we'll fill that back in. We will remove this block. And we'll stick this guy right in the center, right like this. The stone farmer. Buckets. Oh, we need to put in the upgrade. And buckets. Okay, and we just need to put in the 2 cows, and we'll see if that works a little bit better this time. So cow. And cow. Not sure if that's really working better. I'm not sure if it's doing anything, to be honest. Let's come down here real quick. So we got some buckets of milk. I don't know. It seems like they're not breeding the way they normally should, right? Can I grab some wheat? If I manually wheat these cows, so then they get hearts for a while, and that one got hearts. Do I need to get away from them to like stop aggroing me so they can make a baby? They both have hearts, right? Maybe you can't breed cows. I'm not sure what's going on. They're obviously not making the cow babies. Interesting. Anyway, we checked it out. I think there's probably other ways that we can breed animals. I might mess around with this a little bit off camera, see if I can get anything to happen here, but that's kind of cool. So I tried messing around with that breeder a little bit off camera, and I really couldn't get it to work to the way that I thought it should, and I accidentally stepped on that plate. Yeah, I couldn't get it to work the way I thought it should with breeding the animals. I think it's still better just to manually walk up to them, feed them some wheat. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, or maybe there is some better way to set it up, but I gave it a try. So we got this quest complete, and that's going to give us a shearing upgrade, which is kind of cool. If we wanted to shear sheep, we can do that with this. Oh, this unlocked a few other quests here. Look at this. Okay, so this just unlocked agricultural flour, factory farming completed. Let's go ahead and do this one since we've already completed planter and harvester. We're already there, and that's going to give us a plastic tank. Let's read the quest real quick since we just skip it. The planter can plant any crop. When paired with the harvester, the planter forms a basic farm. An unupgraded planter will plant in a 3x3 square centered on the planter. That is actually not true. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking the harvester. That is absolutely true. The planter needs to be 1 block below the level of the farm. An unupgraded harvester will harvest a 3x3 area directly in front of it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Upgrades extend the working radius of the machines. Right. So we've already messed with these. We got some farms set up. That's going to give us a plastic tank. Let's claim that reward. Rubber farm. It says it's completed even though we don't really have a rubber farm set up. But let's go and read what this says. Before you can go very far in automated farming, you will need to procure some rubber. Rubber tree seeds can be sifted for. Rubber trees, when chopped down, yield rubber. Rubber can be converted into plastic. Plastic is the building blocks for many advanced machines. Yeah, we've already done this a long time ago. It's going to give us a couple iron upgrades. Okay, so upgrading the farm. This wants us to make a precision sledgehammer. This is actually something that is useful. I was told in the comments if you holding a precision sledgehammer, like it will show you the radius of like harvesters where it's actually going to be harvesting and all this stuff. So that's kind of cool. I think I'd like to get one of these going here, and that'll give some more item ducks. So MFR machines can be upgraded in range with a few exceptions. Each upgrade extends the range of the machine by a different amount. An iron upgrade is perfect to start for a small farm. It is exactly the amount of space a block of water can hydrate. Make sure your harvester and planter have the same level of upgrade. Right. So this... Okay, so we've already done this one, the iron. Range check. Yeah, precision sledgehammer. Let's make one of these. Sledgehammer. Okay, so this is just some plastic sheets and some sticks. Pretty easy. So I'm kind of curious how this thing works. I don't know if I've actually seen this before where it shows the range on these machines. Oh, check that out. Yeah, that's cool. It puts like a little purple thing on the blocks that the machine can harvest. Well, these are blue and these are purple. Why is there a difference? I don't know. Why is that different? So that's blue, that's blue. These are purple. Yeah, I don't know why that is different. Okay, so over here, let's check this out. Oh, so this machine is 1 upgrade too big, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit too wide or too long. All right, so we didn't have to use the specific upgrade that I used here. Which one did I use? Whoops. Mistake. This is the thaumium. So I guess I just needed the radius of 9. Okay, well, the sledgehammer shows me my mistake, which is kind of cool. Yeah, just 1 block too big, huh? Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I do like the fact that the sledgehammer will show us that. And as we saw, the sledgehammer works like a wrench and it'll turn the machine. Very awesome. Okay, so now that that is done, we should check out what other quests we have here. Alright, so yeah, that'll give us 16 opaque item ducts. So mob breeding. Alright, so this is interesting since we were just kind of looking at that. This is a different thing. Yeah, we made the rancher a long time ago. The grinder we currently have killing our mobs. Breeder. So let's go ahead and read this. This says, breed your passive mobs from a safe distance. Supply power and food to the breeder to multiply your animals. Use a slaughterhouse to turn the mobs into liquid meat and pink slime. Use a grinder to harvest mob parts. A rancher can shear wool, collect ink, and milk cows. The chronotyper can sort the animals by age. And that's going to give us 4 sewers. Okay, so that's another way to make the sewage. Wait, we weren't making sewage before. We were making sludge. Yeah, I was thinking that was the same thing for some reason. So this wants us to make a breeder, which I think is probably going to be a little bit easier to use than the other machine we were just looking at, unfortunately. So let's check this out. Do we have any of these? Yeah, we don't have these dyes, I don't think. We need floral. Let's see, purple. We have this stuff. This is not what we needed though. Okay, so I need to grow these flowers, get the leaves, use the mortar and pestle on the leaves from Botania, get the floral powder. Let me do that stuff. I'll make this machine and we'll be right back, guys. You know, after I just got done recording that, I was thinking, why am I not just making that purple dye the vanilla way? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So rose red plus lapis gives us the purple dye, and then we can just go ahead and throw that right in here, and there's our breeder. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. So I got our area over here for breeding the animals set back up. So the breeder, I think we set it this way. Is that the way? Okay. Yeah, I think that is the way it's supposed to go. So if we look in here, there's an inventory. I assume we're going to need to put in wheat. So let's grab some of that. Yeah, you know, when we started this episode today, I was at about 1,200 mushrooms, and now it's going down to about 1,000. I have taken the redstone signal off all of these guys over here. I wanted to see how fast we're making the biofuel and if our farms would keep up. And it looks like we're still not at the point where we can keep all of these guys going and be fine. But currently we have 3,500 buckets of biofuel. So I think we're good. I can go ahead and flick that lever and turn off some of those guys over there. We're probably going to have to rearrange that setup anyway, just because it's kind of blocking the path up to these, or I guess to the stairs. But I'll do that at another time. But anyway, getting back to what we're doing here, let's get a tesseract here. Make sure this thing has power, and we'll stick wheat in there. We need to put a cow right there, and cow right, don't touch me, cow right there. Okay, so I don't know how well or how fast this breeder works. I assume it's just gonna make the cows have their babbies real quick. So it's on the idle timer, and it's doing idle again. Okay, so these cows I did manually breed before when I stuck them in the safari net, so it might be a case where they're still on their cooldown. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna sit here and wait a minute, wait for these cows to breed. Hopefully it'll work, just the way I think it will, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright, well this cow right here, I just saw have red hearts for a split second, and then they went away. Now this one's got the hearts. So I guess the cooldown went away. Did we use 2 wheat here? Yes, we have used 2 wheat, but doesn't look like they're trying to breed. So it might be because they are focused on attacking me. Maybe I just need to go away out of their aggro range. I don't know how far away that is actually. Maybe I just need to be over here, and then they will see each other and breed. I really don't know how this works with the hostile passive mobs. But yeah, they definitely had hearts there, and I assume they're ready to breed, so Okay, well, there's still some mechanics with this mod pack that I need to figure out as far as animal breeding goes. Yeah, it's really weird that those hearts just kind of like appear and then they go away. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to do it for this episode today. We've done quite a few quests. Let's go ahead and claim this reward, actually, and get that sewers. Alright, and that unlocked multi-farm, so this is more of the forestry stuff. That's something we'll have to look at in a future episode. These multi-farms are really good. I don't know if we need to use those now that we have all those other farms set up, but there might be something specific that these farms can do that the others cannot. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Hope you guys liked it. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you did, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.